Oh, that litter came from. I cleaned it all up. Guess I didn't. Well, anyway, trying to get some stuff done before we get some torrential downpours today. They're talking like up to like 2.5 inches of rain or something. Woo! So it's kind of going to limit my outdoor abilities. So I don't see nothing leaking. So I think transmission's cool. Knock on some metal here for now anyway. Oh, there's a piece of wood. Ah. Knock on a piece of wood. Hopefully it stays all right. So now I want to get the other wheels and tires on, and then I'll come on up here to the trim pieces and everything else that I got to do. Little by little, take your time, you'll get there. Rome wasn't built in a day, like I said. So this was actually off of the front. Now these are, what are these? 205 7014s. Exact same tire size, everything. On the rear here, this was just on the front. I see this one's black, this one's blue. I just never painted the rears. This is what it had on. It still does at the moment. This is what we're going with, and we got to try to make fit. 255 6015s. Now, as you can see, get on the side here. They're a little bit taller. Even them up. A little bit taller, a little bit wider. And way better looking. And naturally, I am a sucker for the white letters on old vehicles. Certain vehicles. It works with certain ones. I didn't clean these off yet because they haven't been mounted yet. Well, they've been mounted on the rim, but they haven't been on the car. You can see it's still got stickers on. So we're going to attempt to get them on here. I think they'll fit. They should fit. Hopefully they'll fit. We're going to do our best to try to get them to fit. So, well, my normal lift I use that I know you've seen it in other videos there, the kind of pinkish maroon, chrome silver, Craftsman quick lift jack, which I call lift. Well, that gave up the ghost on me. Something's screwed up inside the handle there, the gears. I got to rip it apart. So it's not working on me. But I need some height and some meat. So, if I remember right, the spring came off of this. But I can't remember where. And it's been a while since I had this one out. So I think I'm going to use this bad boy. Well, I think I'm going to attempt to use this bad boy. Ugh. She just doesn't roll around like the other one. And I'm pretty sure it weighs like 50 times more. It's been so long, I hope this one works. Well, she's raising. Oh, I think that's my limit. I'm gonna go a little bit more. I mean, you ain't just throwing this jack in the back of your trunk and taking it with you. Yep. My springs are maxed out. That is my limit for height wise. I'm trying to get the car to kind of sink up the other side, let this side down as far as possible. And something tells me we're still going to have to let the air out of those tires just because I don't have the wheel lips rolled in here. It still has a good 3/4 of an inch wheel lip. Yeah, I'll see what we can do. Let's pop these bad boys off. Well, we hit a snag. And that snag being, I have no studs. I think all the extras I had I used on the front when I swapped that over. So I guess I am not putting on the wheels and tires today. Well, that really stinks. Well, rim fits on without airing the tire down. So, I mean, hey, that's a plus. One on that one. And that air it down, I kind of had to finagle her on in there a little bit, but it did fit well having to air it down. So, I call that a win. But, two buts. Two. Dose. Just gonna rub that lip pretty bad. Really bad. So, we're gonna have to address that lip. So otherwise, she's just gonna skin this puppy and make it a big wide white wall, and we don't want that because I don't like that. That kind of looks like you're rubbing curbs and you don't know how to drive. So time to put the other wheel and tire back on. Now, if you're wondering why I don't check to see if they have studs around here that I can get a set of studs or whatnot, blah blah blah. Well, a couple reasons for that. Number one being it's going to rain soon. Until I run and get parts and everything else, it's going to be downpouring. And I don't want to be doing this in the downpouring rain. That's number one. Number two being we're going to be swapping this rear out eventually anyway. The 8 1/4's on the other side of the Mustang here. Well, we got to cut the spring perches off because they're on the top side. We need them on the bottom side. And the shock mounts, which I'm pretty sure, just to keep everything legit kosher, I'm going to pull this rear out and just swap the perches, shock mounts, and everything right off of this rear onto that rear. So to do that, well, it's going to be down for a little bit. You know, the car is going to have to be sitting in here on the jack stands with the leaf springs hanging down and the axle ripped out, and to give me some time to do that. So it's not a quick process. It's not going to take me 20 minutes to do. So that's looking like a later winter project because I got some other stuff I got to do first. Well, that really, really stinks. Now, one thing I will look for if I do go to the parts store, look for to see if they have the other style lug nut in this thread, which I'm sure they do. I don't know if they have it in stock. I'll check it out then. And then I can just get away with possibly just, if they do, then I could possibly get away with just trimming up the lip, using the other lug nuts, and be good to go. But right now, it's just not happening. Ugh. And like a goofball, you know, if I take this up higher, I might be able just to finagle it right out the side. Well, hot dang. Look at that. I think I figured out the trick of doing this. If I get it up high enough, I can just roll that bad boy right on in there. Ha! Well, that worked out pretty slick. I'm going to have to remember that one. Man, those look so puny compared to those. Yeah, in time. In time. Oh, I'm going to put the wheel and tire back on. Get it back on the ground. I guess I'm going to shoot on up there and put these rear trim pieces on and maybe tinker around with the weather stripping a little bit before it rains. I mean, you might think it's overkill to lift the car up with this jack. And on a normal occasion, I might tell you you're right. But gotta use what I got. And this is what I got. Is this monster. I think I paid $5 for it at a sale. Well, I can't give you a finished result of those wheels and tires, because I ain't got it. We ain't got it on. Which kind of stinks. But we know they'll fit, and we know we got to do some trimming.